everyone, this is Palak Vadaria from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology in Department of Electronics and Communication. Today we will discuss a subject that is control system design, and in this subject we will discuss our unit number 3, that is Introduction to Optimal Control. See, already we completed our unit number 1. In that we discuss how we can design the phase lead as well as lag compensator using the root locus and body. Now, this is totally different from unit number 1. That is, here we will discuss about the methods that is for the optimal control. So, our today's topic is Introduction to Optimal Control. So, let's start our today's session. First, we will discuss about the Introduction to Optimal Control. Now, to understand this, what is optimal control? Here we will discuss a simple example. That means this is your home and here is your office. Now, if you want to reach from home to office, then you have to first travel by the road and then in water and then finally you will reach to your office. So, there are the many ways. For example, on road you can travel by bus, car, in river you can travel by the personal boat or ferry, etc. Now, but among in this option, right, you have to find out which one is the optimal option, right? So let's first discuss the different option to reach from home to office. So first option is what? We will take first bus and then ferry. That is our option Z1. This is our solution. Now second option, what we can take? We can take car plus ferry, because to cross the river we will use the ferry service, and this is our Z2. Now the third option, that will be the cycle plus ferry, that is the Z3. Now the fourth one, you can take the helicopter, or fifth one, that is run, and you just pass the river by swimming and then again run, that is our Z5. So these are the possible options. First you have to list out all the options. Now here the case 1, that is if someone says here, I want to find out the optimal control system that is based on the time, right? So Z1, J1Z, that is what is to measure the time required to complete the action Z. So among this all 5 options, which one is the optimal? If I consider about the time, then definitely the Z4, that will be the optimal solution, because it helicopter, when it is a what? It's a less time. If you want to reach from home to office, then definitely the Z4, in that you will have a less time. Now case 2. If someone says, if I want to measure the cost, okay, then we cannot say that the helicopter ride, because the helicopter ride is the costliest one among all this option. But yes, it is an optimal solution when I consider the time. Now, if I consider the cost and then if I want to find out the optimal solution, then which one is best? Is fifth number, because in that nothing to pay. It's a run, swim and run. So here the Z5, that is what is my optimal solution. Now, case 3, see in a real scenario, it is not like that you have to just consider time or you have to just consider the cost. We have to find out the optimal solution by combining these two options. So for case 3, we are just minimize the time as well as cost. So what we will do? Here we will find the one performance index, that is J3 of Z, that is Q J1 of Z plus R J1 of Z, where Q and R are the some scalar factor. Right? Someone says, I want to give more importance to time rather than the cost. Someone says, no, my cost is very important but time is less important. So based on that, you can set the value of Q and R to find out the optimal solution. So this Q and R are some scalar ways. So I hope this example is clear. Now let's start with the optimal control system. Now the design of optimal control system is an important function of a control engineer. Now the purpose of design is to realize a system with the practical components that will provide the desired operating performance, right? Then, in case of steady state and transient performance, the performance indices are normally specified in the time domain. Time domain, that means what is the delay time, rise time, maximum overshoot. That means you have to consider that 5 performance indices. And therefore, it is natural that we wish to develop and design the procedure in the time domain. Now next, the performance of the control system can be represented by the integral performance measure. And therefore, the design of the system must be based on the minimizing the performance index, such as the integral of square error, that is ISE. Whenever we want to measure the performance of any system, that we can measure with help of the ISE, that is what is the integral of the square error. Now the system that are adjusted to provide the minimum performance index are often called as a optimal control system. This is the definition of the optimal control system. Now the performance of a control system written in the terms of state variables of the system that can be expressed generally as this. J is known as a performance index. Right. Here you have to use, that is the integration of 0 to Tf. Tf is what? It's your time. It may be, you can consider your final time, that is Tf equal to infinite, or you can consider some initial time. And here there is a function, that is g of x, u and t, that is dt, where x is what? That is equal to your state vector, u is equal to your control vector, and t is your final time. Okay. Now let's discuss in detail. For example, this is a one system. Already we discussed, right? That is u1, u2 and un. That is what? It's my inputs, and where the state variables are what? It's x1, x2 and x3, and here one control system is there. Now if you remember that in a state space variable we are writing one equation. That equation is what? X dot that equal to ax plus b. Now, see, our task is to find out the minimum performance index in this particular type of the system. So, steps by step, we will derive this. Now, here, according to the feedback controller law, see, this is right now you have to remember this law, that is u equal to what? It's a k minus k into x. U is your input, x is your state variable, and k is what? It's a some weightage, or we can say it is some numerical value. Now, in a full example, we might use, that is u1, that is cost input u1, that is equal to minus k1 x1, u2 that equal to minus k2 x2, or um that equal to minus km xm, or you can use like this. Alternately, you can use u1 that equal to minus k1 x1 plus x2, u2 equal to minus k2 x2 plus x3, likewise. Now, see, in our case, we limit the feedback function, linear function, that is u equal to minus kx, where k is what? It's an n cross n matrix. Therefore, if we expand this, that is what? u1, u2, um, that equal to here, k is what? It's an n cross n matrix. So k11, then k12, k13, k14, like till k1n, and then km1, km2, kmn. And here I have the variables, that is x1, x2 and xn. So what will happen? My equation will become u1 that equal to k11 into x1, k12 into x2 plus k12 into x2 plus k13 into x3 till plus k1n into xn. Alright? Now, see, we know that this is my state equation, x dot equal to ax plus bu. Now, we know that u equal to what? That is feedback controller law. That is u equal to minus kx. So, in place of u, you can substitute this value like this. So here I'll get x dot that equal to ax minus bku because u equal to minus kx. Now here x dot that equal to, you just take the x common. So what you get? A minus b q. We know that A is what? It's a matrix. B is what? It is also one matrix. And K is what? That is some numeral number that you will multiply with the B. So I'm just writing x dot that equal to hx. Because when I substitute A minus B, K, A is also matrix, B is also matrix. So I'll get to some another matrix, and that is what right now I'm assuming that as the H. So where H is an n cross n matrix from the addition of the element that is of A and minus B, K. Okay. Now, see the next is what? We know that the performance index that can be measured in ISE, that is integral squared error, right? So how we can write down? That is j that equal to 0 to tf. If I am just consider only the single variable, so I am writing that as a what? It's a x1 t and then as a square. Okay. Now here the performance index is written in the terms of two variables. So simply what you have to write? x1 square plus x2 square. If it is for three variables, then x1 square plus x2 square plus x3 square like that. Then here, see the x of transpose into x. Simply if you multiply x of transpose into x, then here transpose that is x1, x2, xn, and here xn it is. Then if we multiply these two, then what we will get? x1 square, x2 square, x3 square till xn square. Now, if just remember that is j that equal to what? If I consider only the single variable, then my performance index is what? It's a 0 to tf, that is x1 square. If I consider two variables, then x1 square plus x2 square. If I consider n variable, then definitely it will be x1 square plus x2 plus x3 plus xn square. And that is nothing but what? It's an x of transpose into x. So here you can simply write down my performance index j that equal to 0 to tf x of transpose into x dt. Okay. Now next, see we let the final time of interest, that is what tf equal to infinite. Now to obtain the minimum value of j, we postulate the existence of exact differentiation. So that, see this is the mathematical condition. If you want to find out the minimum at the final time, then this is the condition. This condition should be fulfilled. That is, that condition is what? d by dt x of transpose into px that equal to minus x of transpose into x. This is the completely based on the mathematics. Okay, this condition that you have to take when you want to find out the minimum value of the j at the final time. Now where P is to determine, okay, P is what? That is used to simplify the algebra without any loss of generality. That is the system matrix. Pij that equal to Pji. Okay, Inj that is what is a rows and column. Now next, see d by dt x of transpose P into x. If we derive this, then what we will get? That is x dot of transpose Px plus x of transpose P x dot. P is constant. Now first you have to derive, you have to differentiate x of transpose, and then second time you have to differentiate x. Now next, see here we know that x dot that equal to what? Hx. So in place of x dot, we can replace this with the hx like this. Okay. Then here hx of transpose, that we can write down h transpose plus x of transpose like this. Now you just take the common, that is x of transpose into x. So what, in the bracket you will get h of transpose p plus ph. Now you just remember that condition, that what we have discussed. Now to find out the minimum value of j, See, the condition, mathematical condition was that d by dt x of transpose px that equal to minus x of transpose into x. So that here the value of h of transpose p plus ph that equal to minus I. I is what? Is your unit matrix. So you have to choose the value of p such that the value of h of transpose into p plus ph that equal to minus I. Alright. So if we substitute this, we will get this. That actually what we want to prove. Now next, see the j that equal to 0 to tf x of transpose into x into dt. Now we know this condition. So x of transpose into x that equal to what? That is minus d by dt x of transpose into px. And we are interested that is tf that equal to what? It's an infinite like this. Now, if we integrate this, differentiation and integration will cancel out. Here we will get minus x of transpose px 0 to infinite. So that is, if we consider that is final condition that equal to 0, then here x of transpose into 0, p x of 0. Because if the system is system is a stable system, that is final condition of that system will become what? It's a 0. If that system is stable. Then, therefore, to minimize the performance index j, we have to consider the two equations. One is j that equal to 0 to infinite x of transpose into x dt that equal to x of transpose 0 p x of 0. And the second condition, that is you have to choose the such a p value of p such that x of transpose into p plus ph that equal to minus I. Okay. So, like we will solve the example based on this, but in exam if they ask, discuss the what is the optimal control system or discuss the one example, then you can discuss the first example that what we have discussed right now. Or if they ask for the 7 marks, then you have to derive these equations. I hope this session is clear. Thank you.